You pick up your phone to check one message. A few minutes later, you're watching a stranger organize their refrigerator. You don't remember choosing the video. You don't know why you're still watching. And when you finally look at the time, 20 minutes have disappeared. Then comes the guilt. Why can't I focus anymore? Why do I keep procrastinating? Why don't I have the discipline I used to have? But what if your attention isn't broken? What if it is responding exactly as human attention was designed to respond inside a world specifically built to capture it? Your brain evolved to notice change. A movement in the grass could be danger. A new sound could mean opportunity. Information about the group could determine whether you were accepted or excluded. Novelty mattered. Uncertainty mattered. Social approval mattered today. Those ancient instincts live inside a world of notifications, recommendations, breaking news, endless feeds, and tiny red numbers designed to feel unfinished. Your brain is ancient, but the systems competing for it are constantly learning. Every pause, click, search, and swipe can help platforms predict what will hold you for another second. And another second? And another. You think you are choosing what to watch? But increasingly, what you watch is chosen by systems that have studied which version of you appears when you are bored, lonely, angry, insecure, or tired. That is why this is bigger than self-control. You are not simply resisting a piece of technology. You are resisting an environment that can test thousands of ways to keep people engaged while you are trying to survive one exhausted evening. Think about your morning. Perhaps you once woke up and met your own mind first. Now, before your feet touch the floor, you may already be inside someone else's emergency, achievement, vacation, argument, or opinion. Your attention is recruited before you have decided what your day is about. Then you try to work. You open a document. A message appears. You answer it quickly, return to the document, read the same sentence twice, and then remember an email you forgot to send. While writing the email, you check one link. That link leads to another. Soon you are busy, but you're no longer doing the thing you chose to do. At the end of the day, you feel mentally exhausted without knowing what you completed. This is one of the cruelest effects of constant distraction. It doesn't always make you feel inactive. It makes you feel continuously occupied. Your attention is fragmented into pieces too small to build anything meaningful, but large enough to leave you tired. And because you were technically doing something all day, you blame yourself for having nothing important to show for it. There's an old story about travelers who hear an irresistible song at sea. The song does not physically drag them from the ship. It simply becomes more powerful than every reason they had to stay on course. One traveler survives by accepting something important. In the moment of temptation, knowledge will not be enough. So he makes the decision in advance. He changes his environment before the song begins. That story understands something we often forget. Discipline is not only the ability to make a good choice in a difficult moment. It is also the wisdom to avoid fighting the same unnecessary battle 100 times a day. If your phone is beside you while you work, part of your mind is already negotiating with it. Should I check it? Did someone reply? What if something happened? Even when you resist, the negotiation itself costs attention. This is why putting the phone in another room can work better than promising yourself you won't touch it. One depends on willpower, the other removes the argument. But distraction is not only about phones. Sometimes distraction protects you from something. You sit down to begin a meaningful project, and suddenly cleaning the kitchen feels urgent. You try to study, and your mind tells you to check the news. You begin writing, and within minutes, you want a snack, a different playlist, or a better system for organizing your notes. Why? Because meaningful work carries emotional risk. You might fail. You might discover that you are not as talented as you hoped. You might finish the project and allow other people to judge it. A feed gives you a perfect escape. It replaces uncertainty with stimulation and discomfort with novelty. So sometimes when you say, "I can't focus?" What you really mean is, "I don't want to feel what focusing on this might reveal." That doesn't mean you're lazy. It means distraction can be both an external trap and an internal refuge. You have to understand both. If you only blame technology, you ignore the feelings that make technology attractive. If you only blame yourself, you ignore the systems designed to exploit those feelings. The solution begins when you stop treating attention as a personality trait and start treating it as an environment. Look around the place where you expect yourself to concentrate. How many things are allowed to interrupt you? How many tabs are open? How many devices can make a sound? How often have you trained your brain to expect a reward the moment work becomes uncomfortable? Your surroundings may be voting against the life you say you want. Start with something small. Choose one part of the day when your attention belongs to you. Perhaps the first 30 minutes after waking, perhaps one uninterrupted hour for the work you keep postponing. Put the phone somewhere you cannot reach automatically. Close everything unrelated to the task. Decide what finished means before you begin, and when boredom arrives, don't immediately remove it. Stay for another minute. Boredom is often the doorway your mind must pass through before deeper attention becomes possible. At first, silence may feel uncomfortable because your brain expects constant input. You may reach for your phone without thinking. That movement is not proof that you are weak. It is evidence of a habit being revealed. Notice it. Pause. Then return. Every return is a repetition. And what you repeatedly return to becomes easier to return to again. You do not need to become someone who focuses perfectly. You need to become someone who notices when their attention has been taken and knows how to bring it home. Because your attention is more than productivity. It is your experience of being alive. Whatever repeatedly receives your attention begins shaping your thoughts, your desires, your fears, and eventually your identity. If outrage receives it every morning, the world will begin to look permanently hostile. If comparison receives it every night, your own life will begin to feel insufficient. If your deepest work, relationships, and questions receive only what remains, then the things you value most will be built from leftovers. The modern world may be designed to capture your attention, but that does not mean you are powerless. You can decide that not every notification deserves an answer. Not every piece of information deserves a place in your mind. Not every moment of boredom needs to be filled. And not every system that understands your impulses deserves access to them. So ask yourself, what is receiving the best part of my attention? And what is receiving only the exhausted remainder? And if your attention truly belonged to you tomorrow, what would you choose to give it to? Share your honest answer in the comments. Not how much screen time you want to eliminate. What part of your life do you want to finally give that attention back to?